Greetings, I'm Geofatboy. I make shaving videos and sell shaving supplies. Visit ShaveNation.com for all your shaving needs. Have a great shave, have a great day. Greetings, gents. I'm Geofatboy for ShaveNation.com. Today we are going back to the future. Unfortunately, there will be no Michael J. Fox, and there will be no DeLorean. Unfortunately, right? Didn't you think they'd have a flying car by now? I certainly did. Well, instead of that, we're going back to the Futur, right here, with Geofatboy. And we're going into the Royal Forest. That's where we're going today. So, let's talk about this razor. I'm sure that I did something on the Futur a long time ago. And many people say Future or whatever, proper pronunciation. And my German friends who sprechen Sie Deutsch, they can, Doc, you could verify this. I think the correct pronunciation is Futur. So this is it. This is the satin finish. Actually comes in 3 different finishes. One of them is the satin. Here you go. The other one is highly polished chrome. Very beautiful, stunning looking razor. Right there. And the other is very stunning as well, gold. If you're into gold, you'll love this razor. It's beautiful. And as I'm sure you're well aware, some people have complained, oh, it's too slippery for me. My hands are slippery. I feel like I'm going to hurt myself or drop it, whatever. Well, I don't grip any razor with shaving cream on my fingers, so that's not a problem for me. If there's water on my fingers, they're wet, you can still grip the razor very easily. But for those of you who would like something that's a little grippier, shall we say, we make this one, which we don't make it, we just modify it a little bit. It's the rubber coated handle. So it's the polished chrome one, but it's rubber coated. And no secret, I have a video on how to do this, and I do these. So if you want one of these, you can pick one up and I'll do it, I'll make it for you. I'll put a link up there, up in the corner where you can see how I do it. And if you want one or any of these, just go to ShaveNation.com and go in the search box and enter whatever you're looking for. Futur, rubber coated, whatever, Royal Forest, whatever, and you can get it right there. The way I do it, it's no secret. As I said, plasti-dip, here it is. And here's my clamp that I hold the razor with. So I open this up and I dip it in, and I'm very careful with it. And if you're going to try it yourself, I'll recommend put a piece of tape right around this upper portion here. And be super careful. Don't dip it in too far. If you dip it into this line right here, then that rubber coating will go into your adjustment handle and you can throw the razor away after that. So I've never done that. Been very careful not to do that. But that's a secret that you should know. Be careful that you don't get the rubber coating into the mechanism. Anyway, with soapy fingers, shaving cream, you can grip this razor very easily. Let's talk about the specs on this razor. They all weigh in at 4.5 ounces or 128 grams. And then the overall length from top to bottom is 4.25 inches or 108 millimeters. So pretty hefty razors, as you can see. Good size razor. Here it is next to a Merkur 34C. Same company, different razors. You can see the size difference. Quite a big difference in the size. Here it is next to my R41. You can see that it's even longer than that as well. Just a bit of FYI about this. I think that this is the son of this. So if you're familiar with this razor, this is the Merkur Vision, which was around a while ago. It discontinued 3, 4, 5 years ago, whatever it was. Well, this was a beast of a razor, as you can see. Look at how huge it is. It's like a monster. It's like if you wanted to shave with a hatchet or something, this would be it. And it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 turns. I did a video on this. I'll put a link. You could check it out. But they don't sell this razor anymore. It had some issues, I believe, with the mechanism inside, and they had too many problems with it. So they discontinued it. But this one is time-tested and sturdy, no problem with it. They've been around for a long time. We've been in business for about 10 years, and we've been selling them for 10 years. Just an FYI, we've had one callback, one complaint on these razors. So what I will do, I'm going to lather up with the Royal Forest shaving cream, and we're going to get a shave on with the satin Futur. I won't use the gold or the silver or the rubber. I'll use the satin one, and you can see how it shaves. And it's an adjustable razor. The way this razor opens up, it's pretty high tech and pretty sweet. There's nothing else like it. All you do is pop off the cap, grab it on both sides, boom, just pull it off like that. And as you can see, there's 2 pins here. These 2 pins will line up with these 2 holes that are in the head of the razor here and in the base of the razor. Those 2 holes, these 2 pins, right into it, like so. Make sure you snap it down all the way. If you leave one side up a little bit, you'll get an uneven shave. You might even cut yourself. Make sure you snap it in all the way and check the reveal to make sure it's perfect. So let's put a blade in there. Let's go with the, since it's a Merkur product, let's go with the Merkur blade. The Merkur, they call it the Merkur Super Platinum Germany. Rust-free, stainless, rust-free. Rust-free is what that means. So we're going to use that blade, and here it is, right here. The Merkur rust-free, platinum coated. I'll show you the side that says Merkur. Merkur Super, right there. You can make that out. We're going to drop that right over the 2 pins, like so. And then we're going to insert that directly into the 2 pins or the 2 holes. Let me line those up properly and snap it down. There you go. Snap down all the way. Check the reveal. You can see that it's even on both sides. And also you can notice that the blade does not protrude out the ends like many razors do. It doesn't on this one. As I said, it's an adjustable razor. You can see that there's a line right here. So you grip it from the top and spin the handle. Lowest setting would be 1. Highest setting would be 6. So most aggressive setting would be 6. Don't know if you can see those numbers. It might be a little bit difficult to make out. But I'm going to set it at 6. And you need to be careful when you adjust this. If you do have shaving cream on your fingers, you don't want it to slip and spin around, then you cut your fingers. So another option is you can take a towel like this, lay it flat, and do this. Don't touch the blade, but you can adjust it this way very easily. Just spin it. See, I've got it sitting in the towel, and I'm able to spin the handle. Since my hands are dry, I'll just set it by hand. I got it to a 6 right now. So I will warm up my face. And if I'm going into the woods, what brush would I use? Well, I would like to take this brush with me if it were a speed loader. And I could use it for protection, but it's unlikely that I'd find this in the woods anywhere. So I'm not going to use that. But I will use this that someone made for me. And I think it's Ardesia. I think that's the name of the company. Nice Italian boy made this for me. I'll put his name underneath the video. He made this. It has my name on it, Geofatboy. You could see that. And this is more like something I would find in the woods or something I'd have to fight Gollum over to get. You know, my precious, that sort of thing. Or I should say, my precious. I'm sure I can't do it as well as he does. But it looks like it was cast from stone, right? Like it is stone. It's I think it's marble. But it looks like it's something you may find in the woods, and King Arthur or somebody could chop it out and make a shaving brush out of it. It's pretty sweet shaving brush. So I'll use that. All right, I think I've been babbling too much. Oh, one more thing. The plasti-dip, let me just show you this. This plasti-dip is very durable, very sturdy and strong. How do I know? Because it's like the same stuff on my old lineman pliers, my Klein pliers. Back when I was an electrician, these were my pliers right here. Here's a look at them. Used to be made in Skokie, Illinois, Chicago. I'm not sure where they're made now. I know the factory moved. But these have a lot of miles. These pliers made me a lot of money back in the day. So anyway, that was good old days. Now I'm on to something bigger and better. All this. These pliers and me, we've done a lot of building. We've done a lot of construction together. I always think that if everything I worked on fell apart, like if everything just disappeared, like I didn't work on it, how many buildings, lights would go out and kitchen equipment would go down, and how many things that I built over the years would just not function anymore. But that's not going to happen. It's just a thought, a weird thought that I had crossed my mind. So enough of that. But this stuff is really durable. You could see these handles taking a beating. And many years, you electricians, anybody out there, you'll know. Check it out. No cuts, no arcs, no chips in my blades. Nice and clean, right? That's a testament. You got to be careful. Make sure everything is de-energized if you can. Sometimes you can't. Then you have to be really careful. All right, enough babbling. Let's get to the shave. Get this stuff out of the way. Okay, it's me, Royal Forest shaving cream. It's going to be Royal Forest luxury aftershave cream. And the Merkur blade, as I said, the Merkur blade right here. And the satin Futur, which is all ready to go. And I'll use the old school, the original Shave Nation lather bowl. This is the one that's smooth on the inside with the lather drop down at the bottom. And it's got the logo on the bottom as well. Shave Nation logo and Shave Nation on the side. Comes in 6 or 7 or 8 different colors. Red, green, yellow, black, blue, white, all different colors. All right, we're going to use this midnight blue though. All right, I think that is enough babbling for now. Let's get this shave going and see if we can get it in under 3 hours. I just splashed a little hot water on my face to warm up my beard a bit, but here's the Royal Forest. I've taken a little scoop out of it, and I'm going to drop that right into the base of the bowl, right down there at the bottom. There's a look at it, and we're going to lather up. I'm going to soak the brush in some hot water, warm it up, drop it in there and warm up those bristles a little bit so they get saturated. Here's a look at the brush when it's all wet. You can see the badger hair really retains that moisture. I'm going to shake it out a little bit, dump out the water, and let's start lathering. Got a little spilly on me, but here we go. Let's lather. I had a little too much water, shook out a little bit more of the water, and you can see it didn't take long. Oh, does that smell good? Oh, by the way, this shaving cream, this is Samantha's favorite shaving cream. Samantha is my assistant who helps me out all the time. Couldn't live without her. She's awesome. And she says out of the 19 Taylor of Old Bond Street scents, this is her favorite. So the description of this scent, the scent description is, while I'm lathering, I could tell you, and you can see how well it works. It's an inspiring fragrance with notes of bergamot and apple, mid notes of jasmine and black pepper, and lingering base notes of amber and vanilla. So there you go. That's the scent profile of Taylor of Old Bond Street. And look how nice. Look at that. It's beautiful. Nice lather. We're going to get our shave on. All right, very nice. Let me warm up my face again and we're going to do it. Whew, good and hot. You can see my face is red from the hot water. Let's lather up. Beautiful lather. And it smells fantastic. Again, good sized brush that holds a lot of lather. You can see that I've got a couple days worth of beard growth. Pretty substantial. So we can see what the Futur does. Warm it up a little bit. Pinch the bristles to get under the nose. Drive it into the beard. Figure 8 method right here, figure 8. All right, clear the runways so we can see those sideburns. Dry those fingers off. All right, here we go. Here's the razor. As I said, the 6 is on the line. Can you see that? The 6 is on the line. So I'm starting at the most aggressive setting. Let's warm up the razor. I don't like to put cold steel on face. I like to warm it up a little bit. So we'll start just perpendicular. I'm going to tilt slightly up. It's a heavy razor, so just let the weight of the razor do the work. As you can see, wow, really, on the 6th setting, say adios to your beard. Right down the neckline. Just a gentle touch. The weight of this razor, more than enough. Wow, really, that's awesome. Very nice. You can see all that stubble. And I'm afraid that's going to drip down on me, so let's rinse that off. Otherwise, I'd hit the other side, but we'll rinse it. And we'll do the left side. Perpendicular, tilt slightly upward, find your angle. Cut that sideburn. Just take your time. Not too slow, not too fast. And it mows right through. This is my resistance spot, either side of the chin. Excellent. Pretty amazing. Very efficient razor. Now here's where the knock comes on this razor. It's a little difficult to get under the nose because of that big head. You can see how large that is, but let's see what we can do. You can push your nose out of the way, like so. Other side. No problem. Got right in there. Excellent. Beautiful. Let's rinse that off. Tell you what. Pretty amazing. I think I could almost stop right now. Look at this. I'm very, very clean after one pass on 6. Really nice. So I'll be honest with you. I tried a Merkur blade in the past and I wasn't crazy about it. So I just stayed away from it for a while. This is my first time using it again in quite some time. And it's really doing a fine job. Nice shave. Let's put that up there. So now what I'm going to do, let's crank it down and I'll show you. We don't want to cut our fingers, but we'll crank it down to, it's on 6. I'm just going to turn the handle. It helps if you turn it the right way. Turn it to the right and get it down to the 3 setting, which is what I have right there, the 3 setting. So that would be the midpoint. And we'll relather and perform a second pass. Plenty of lather still. Just a light coating of shaving cream this time. You can see the majority of the beard is almost been disappeared. I don't know how to say disappeared in German, but that's what happened. Let's clear the runways again. And dry the fingers. Okay, on the 3 setting. 3 on the line. We'll go across the grain. Lots of audible feedback. You could hear that, right? Just a gentle touch. Let the weight of the razor do the work, and it just glides across. Beautiful. Against the grain on the neck. It's a hefty razor, so I'm just saying, if you're not real careful, you might cut yourself, but if you wield it properly, no problem whatsoever. Now across the mustache area. Beautiful. Super smooth. All right, what I'll do now, I'm going to crank it down to 1, and we'll perform a final pass on the cheeks. We'll go against the grain. A quick rinse and dry the fingers, and here we go. It's on the 3 setting. I'm going to turn it all the way down to 1. That's as far as it will go, on 1. Let's lather up these cheeks. And we'll see how it is against the grain on the 1 setting, lowest setting. I'm going to ride the cap, so like this, nothing happens, but turn it until, tilt upward until it starts to grab, right there. That way you're not scraping your face, you're getting a nice glass-like shave going against the grain. Beautiful. Smooth as a baby's bottom. Really nice. Let's do the left side. Again, like this, nothing happening until it starts grabbing. Right there. Stretching the skin a little bit. There you go. Let me rinse that off. Feel around. Fantastic shave. Super smooth. Amazing. All right, let's do the wide stick alum block, the Shave Nation wide stick alum block under the cold water, and just glide it around, see if we get any stinging. Absolutely no stinging. So there you go. This is an astringent antiseptic. If you went a little too close, nicked yourself, irritated your skin, you'd get some stinging. I have 0 stinging right now. And that's a nice tight finish to the shave. Closes off your pores and tightens your skin. So let that soak in for about 30 seconds and rinse it off. Cold water rinse. Wow, really very nice. I haven't used that razor in a long time. Really nice to use it again and see how fantastic it is. Pat the face dry, and here we go. Royal Forest Luxury Aftershave Cream. Remove the cap. A little bit in the fingertips. Not too much, like that. Let's see if that's enough. I just massage it into the tips and then work it in. Yeah, that's good. You can put it on your forehead, but with the cream, sometimes it might melt down on you and get into your eyes, and you don't want that. So play it safe just on the cheeks with the cream. Fantastic. Excellent shave. So here's a final look at the razor, the Merkur Futur. Here's the satin and the polished chrome and the gold and the rubber coated. Here's a look at all 4 of them. I have to hold them like this up toward the middle because I don't want to drop them. But here you go. The Merkur Futur. Polished chrome, satin chrome, rubber coated, and gold. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to pick up one of these razors, just click underneath. I'll put a bunch of links down there where it says show more, and you can find everything there. The shaving cream and the bowl and the razors, blades, etc. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Visit shavenation.com for all your shaving supplies. I'm Geofatboy. Have a great shave. Have a great day. Know what? What was the other thing? Oh. Shit. When the heat goes on and I don't want it to go on, I'll shut that off right now. And we have to wait for it to cycle down and go off. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's try this again. I'm hoping you didn't have to go and take a bathroom break in the middle of that shave. Sorry it went on for so long. But anyway, we'll see you next time. Take care. I'm out.